Hello, everyone. So, the textual companion to this discussion highlights the history of bookmaking and printing, as well as the establishment of publishing houses and the development of modern book genres. For this video, we will look at how books build other areas of media, convergence issues, and the concept of banned books and democracy. There's no doubt of the enduring power of books in the fabric of our society, regardless of how these books are published, either via hard copy or online or through ebooks. Many books are adapted for TV and feature-length film productions, such as here's a picture from the movie The Great Gatsby, adapted from a beloved classic from literature. Books as an overall medium have set a progressive tone in digital convergence by integrating interactive content into links of books, which this is obviously immediately accessible in an ebook or online version, or a link that can be typed in through a physical copy of a book and add companion or updated information to content. I thought this was a great image. It's an illustrated version of Alice in Wonderland that was produced recently, and it's for a tablet, and you can use your fingers to make Alice look bigger or smaller as the story progresses. So just an interesting physical and visual component to the classic texts. Also, digital libraries are growing in number, and it's a big project by the Library of Congress right now, as far as other library associations, to preserve content online and get more books accessible to more people in our country. So let's kind of shift to talking about banned books and how books influence or promote democracy. As different generations have recognized the power of words in challenging social norms, books have been subjected to a variety of censors. Although book banning really doesn't happen on a large official scale in our modern American culture, the American Library Association does collect an annual ranking of book challenges. These are formal complaints to have books removed from public or school library systems based on personal or theological beliefs. Often these books promote radical ideas or challenge established authorities, causing different population segments to want them to be removed, to not challenge those authorities anymore. So take a look at this really interesting chart about the classics that we consider now and very suitable for even our children and our students that at one time or another were banned because of sex, language, unsuited to particular age groups, violence, homosexuality, religious viewpoints, being anti-family. And with this graphic in mind, head on over to our discussion board to talk more about banned books and how as a culture what we decide is culturally acceptable in our books and in our cultural fabric. Yes, the majority of print voices are housed under large publication houses, but independent bookstores like this bookstore called City Lights Books in San Francisco offer authors who might not fit well into large publishing categories, who want to really have a say in their books, offered those authors a chance to be heard and to be printed. And this store in particular also owns a printing press, and yes, there are still smaller printing presses, although obviously the majority of our books are going to come under large publishing houses where editors are in complete control and looking for commercializable messages that will sell a lot of money. So there's both going on, and I hope that you get a chance to, and that you always are looking for books that are beyond these social norms, but not that there's anything bad about social norm books. Just know that there's a lot more out there available to you. So books are, without a doubt, the most enduring medium of our time, and most experts will tell you, and I'd say even most people in general would say, that I don't think they're going anywhere too fast, that a lot of people still appreciate the value of a hard copy book. And while for school, most of you are probably using e-textbooks and things like that, there are just some times where You might just want that physicality, that reminder that when all technology fails, you can still just use your eyes to take in something that's been printed. As media consumption tends to lean in our culture towards shorter and more types of information, many people in our society, especially educators, are concerned with the changes that digital natives will bring to our society-wide truth discovery. So, for example, if we spend all of our time just reading shorter online articles instead of researching, digging into books and depths of ideas, what will this do to our culture-wide memory bank in 50 or 100 years? In many people's minds, books that access depth of information represent freedom and the sustenance of democracy. So my question is for you, has serious literacy work become overwhelmed by commercialism? Does this depth of research really even exist anymore? And on the other side, perhaps other forms of media are also purveying this information that our society needs to flourish. So maybe perhaps books don't always have to be the medium this information is given or received from. It's lots of interesting debates to think about, and I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on it as well. Maybe you could do that in your blog. I don't know. All right, talk to you next week.